Hey there, Bob from Oregon's Constant Gardener. Welcome to the OCGFAM show. John Ford's back. Cuz
we're growing the world's hottest pepper.
We're growing the world's hottest pepper.
Yep.
We're going to do it. So if you saw the show yesterday, that's what we were talking about. But we've been talking about it a little more, and we're going to talk about it a little more. That's what we're going to do today. How are we going to do that?
We're going to do a couple side-by-sides. We're going to do a couple plants up here, a couple downstairs. We're going to use Nectar nutrients and the number 4 soil.
Let's go to the grow room, show them the room, and let's do that.
Let's do it.
Okay, here we are in the room. This is the place. These guys are gonna have to go, and we're gonna move in the big pepper. So let's go through the whole thing. Let me just tie my gut here a little bit. Sit up straight. So first of all, the room. We're gonna have to do. Let's talk about the heat and the humidity and the temperature, because you were saying earlier that possibly running the heat up.
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe doing 80 and 80, kind of simulating maybe the southern states, increase the plant growth, vegetation, and once we start harvesting the peppers,
think that'll increase the heat in the pepper.
Yep.
So that having the heat and humidity there is going to be helpful in getting every last little bit out of there.
Yep.
So as far as doing that, obviously we're going to run into probably some pest problems or have more pressure for pest problems. So what are you thinking there? We're going to have to clean this thing out. We're probably going to have to do some beneficial bugs. What are you thinking?
Definitely, give it a nice cleanup in here, and preventative, just constantly, inspecting, making sure we don't get caught off guard with infestation of aphids or other pests.
Looking the plants over for damage, sticky traps everywhere.
Sticky traps,
You see anything on the sticky traps, you start looking at that, start looking at the plants.
Yep.
Okay, beautiful. And then what peppers are you thinking about?
I'm not sure I want to release the names yet.
Okay.
A couple chocolate varieties that are just scorchers, super hot, and they'll definitely ruin your week.
So we started off at a good place. So
Yep.
But all of these peppers, what we're banking on is that we're going to be able to, through controlling the grow room, the nutrients, all the stuff we're using, pushing everything to the absolute limit, that we're going to get it hotter than hot.
Yeah, we're gonna try to maximize the Scoville units, with the right environment, and then once we start producing peppers, I'll ship some samples down to New Mexico to the lab down there and have them test for the Scoville heat units.
Cool.
Yep.
So other thing I was going to mention is that Nectar for the Gods is going to sponsor this whole thing.
Yep.
And so then we kind of went to them, they went to us kind of situation because of the plant nutrients, feeling that we could push a bunch of that through. So what are you thinking as far as that, using the number 4 soil, maybe making a little custom blend of that, and then...
Yeah, I'd be happy with just using the number 4 as is.
Okay.
The soil's pretty awesome. The peppers tend to love it. Yeah, and then we'll just kind of mix and match, like we mentioned, maybe doing a few of the pepper plants down here and a few upstairs, just so we can, get a measurement of, the Scoville heat units in the grow room versus upstairs.
Okay, versus a kind of a natural type environment, low heat, or low temperature, low humidity up there, as opposed to really pushing down here. And also with the Nectar for the Gods nutrients, are you thinking we'll try to some different recipes, some different regimens with those, and testing some different stuff? So a lot of side-by-sides, it sounds like.
Yeah, a lot of side-by-sides, see what works, see what doesn't work.
And then just curious, how do you know how we're succeeding as far as the heat without sending it down to the old lab every single time?
We're going to have to sample it. And I think we maybe bring in some chili heads that have a high tolerance, and not so chili heads that don't have tolerance, and just kind of and just sample it. I know how my body reacts to the ghost peppers, which are usually about 1 million Scoville units, and then the Carolina Reaper, that's about almost 1.6 million Scoville units.
Okay.
Your body reacts different way. The burn sometimes attacks the throat. You get the endorphin rush.
So this is like someone that knows their wines. You know your peppers.
I know
You
my
can
peppers.
get a pretty good idea of how hot it is just from giving it the old tasty taste.
Yeah, I can't nail down the exact Scoville units, but I can get a good gauge of where it may be for sure.
If we're on the right track.
Yep.
Very cool.
Are you looking forward to that?
No, I'm not. I'm a little concerned about it, but I go with the flow. It's the job.
Yep.
It's the job.
I think you guys have a couple employees around here that might be willing to
We do.
be some guinea pigs.
Johnny likes that sort of thing. And you know who else? Jake Kraken, who's not officially an employee. He's one of our ambassadors.
Oh, yeah. Jake loves peppers.
Yeah, we'll get Jake in here. He's a good guy. So we got some backup. We got some help. We got some plans. So I guess let's just like broad strokes. What's the plan for the next few months to get this thing going?
Well, we have a couple options. I think starting from seed is one of the options. I also have some plants on my property that we can bring over.
Okay.
And just be really careful about introducing them to an indoor setup like this. We don't want to take any chances of bringing any pests in here. So maybe quarantine the plants that I'm going to bring over, inspect them, change the soil. Just watch them for watch them upstairs for a week or two, and if we give them the green light, we'll bring them down here. That'll help speed up the process. That way we're not completely growing from seed to harvest.
Sure.
Yeah.
Probably will come to that in the end, but this will give us some idea how we're doing, how the plants respond to using the nectar. Now you've used the nectar before, just kind of not a whole lot, right?
I used the Bloom Khaos this year, and because living in Oregon with our short grow season, you got to speed up the vegetation.
Sure.
But I used the Bloom Khaos this year, soil drench and foliar spray, and it kicked my plants into gear, and they started potting after 3 days.
Oh wow, that's what I've noticed down here with these is I really wasn't doing much of the Bloom Khaos. I had them kind of a basic regimen, and you can see now there's flowers everywhere on them.
Flowers.
Yeah, and like I would
peppers.
snip a branch, and it would pop up with 3, 4, 5 right in a row peppers on the thing there. A lot more of the peppers coming to actually build it. The flower building a pepper instead of just falling off. So, well, cool. So we got a lot to do.
We got a lot to do. Sounds like a good game plan. I'm really looking forward to this.
Me too.
Taking a crack and getting in that race for the world's hottest pepper. Who knows what will happen? But I'm really excited about it.
It's a winner either way.
Yeah.
I want a win-win though. Well, cool. Well, thanks for coming in, and thanks for committing to this and working with us on the long term to do this. To not just doing it, but also as part of the show, so we can share it with everyone. I think it's going to be fun. I also think we'll probably get some cross audience thing of people that have been watching this show that are going to get interested in peppers, and some people that have been looking at peppers maybe get interested in what we're doing here, and it's going to be a good thing all the way around.
Yep, sounds good.
So that's the show. We'll see you next week. For more information about anything on today's show, go to our website, OCGFAM.com.
It's the OCGFAM show. It's pretty good. It happens every day. It's the OCGFAM show. See you next week.